Okay, we have already people coming in. Yes.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, everybody that are joining us today for our webinar. Yes. We are still waiting some people. There were lots of registrations today that people who wanted to share their time, your time with us, and learn a little bit more about Caravan, the Mediterranean Caravan. So the people that you can see now today are the magnificent partnership that we're managing this project. From India, wow, cool. We have people from everywhere. Lebanon, welcome. We are still missing few people, well, quite a lot, but let's give a couple of minutes if maybe other people can join us. From Burkina, from Lebanon, there are a lot of people. Good work, Soil Lebanon. Even Madagascar. Wow. We have a lot of people from all around the world who wants to learn about the Mediterranean, from the Mediterranean agroecology. Yes, an incredible diverse audience. You're right. I hope that you all can hear me well. Thanks, my partners that are supporting this moment. Always from Lebanon. Perfect.
Yeah, Dalia is asking if we can see or hear them, but no, this is unfortunately just the webinar format, so we can't see you. But you have the option, if you look on the bottom of your Zoom, there is a Q&A function actually, and if you have questions or comments, you are absolutely invited to add them there, and so to engage with us or through the chat as well.
Yeah.
From
I know
Tunisia
that.
as well. Nice.
Okay, I think that we can shortly start. See? Okay, we are already more than 30 participants. We were still waiting for more than 50, but still more than 50 participants. But I think it's okay if we can start. So I give you a warm welcome to even French. Hi, French. I want to give you a warm welcome to this last webinar of Caravan, the Mediterranean Caravan of Agroecology, Learning and Sharing. Agroecology, I'm Anna Morera, the main coordinator of this project from the AFAL NGO in Italy. And today we want to share you the results and the activities that we have been doing during 3 years of this project. Okay. Caravan started this this long project in October 2020, and lots of things and activities and knowledge collection, that is the key word of this project, have happened since then. And today we invited you to share these research results and our activities that maybe can be also an inspiration for you, that you can take some inputs, and we can share also the results, and you can improve also and empower the knowledge in your rural communities or urban communities. This journey has been possible thanks to an excellent partnership. Those partners that you can see here, that they are from Turkey, Bugday, Alliance of Farmers from Croatia, SAP, Zelenia Transitia from Serbia, Eficiencias from Portugal and their working team, the Caravan Agroecologica, and Urgency, the international network of CSA, and the representative of the Mediterranean network of LSPA. Actually, I just want to remind you that this project, we are the voices of the Mediterranean network of LSPA. So we wanted to give you back also the knowledge that we collected and support, and give you thanks for this incredible opportunity that you gave to us in 2020 when we wrote the projects. All these organizations that today are here with us have brought their expertise in agroecology and were willing to share their knowledge. And today they will share with you the results and the way, the methodology that we use, and why it is important to learn about agroecology and why it is focused on Mediterranean. Actually, all of us are based in the Mediterranean basin, and we wanted to do a specific research on our rural communities' needs. The Mediterranean basin shares not only the story of our sea, but also the dry climate weather, the high risk of losing soil fertility, the considerable impact of climate change with periods of droughts and floods that we already know, the unstable economy, the increased risk of immigration from rural to urban areas, or even to the north of Europe, that we are leaving our countries because lots of other things. But we don't want to, we wanted to focus on the solutions, because we already know the problems, that we were looking for the solutions for the incredible possibilities that still are hidden in the rural communities. And those rural communities are still a safe harbor for agroecological knowledge, farming secrets, social solidarity, and solidarity economy. We wanted to valorize this knowledge and enrich it with the most innovative knowledge, and for the most innovative knowledge that is coming also from the science, from the policies, from the social research. This project has been also been possible thanks to the support of our associated partners and the stakeholders, the Coventry, the Center of Agroecology, of Research of Agroecology, Water and Resilience in the UK, Navaya in Egypt, Gaia in Portugal, and several other universities that have supported us. And also thanks to other non-researchers, partners or stakeholders that have supported us, like Radio Manobras with our podcast, or Alba Nova with the editing of the videos, of some videos that we will share today with you, and not only them. So tonight this evening we will share these results and the contents of the project. And first of all, we would like to know a little bit more about you. And we will have prepared some polls to have a little bit of interaction moments. Like, we cannot hear you, but we want you to know also a little bit more about you. So I would kindly ask to my colleague Natalie to launch the poll, okay? And we can see the results. So if you manage to answer this poll shortly, so we can learn a little bit more about you. It takes less than a minute, so it would be great. There are a few questions that we just want to learn your experience and your expectations for tonight, for this evening. Tonight, no, it is still 6 in the Mediterranean basin. 6 is afternoon. We have lots of people from, I'm reading the chat. Yes, we have a lot of people from everywhere. I hope that all of you received the poll and you can answer the poll. So we can learn other things about you. Even from Nepal, wow. Welcome. So, we're waiting for the results of the poll. I don't know if you manage to answer it. We are willing, we want to know more who are listening to us, who are following this output sharing moment. Okay. I guess that all of you can see the results. Okay, I cannot understand the results of the poll because I cannot see the where the people are listening to us from, but like we can read it from the chat. But I see that we have but good numbers of people, of researchers and food activists, a huge number of farmers as well. So welcome farmers, a lot of staff of NGOs and volunteers and members of CSA. That's cool. 35% of farmers at 6 o'clock in the evening. Thanks a lot for being here. And not a lot of people have participated in the Met Caravan activities. While reading your countries that you are listening to us, actually most of them were not in the Mediterranean countries. But however, thanks a lot for being here. And I hope then that this sharing moment can be really interesting for you to understand the project and give it as an input to your projects or the way that you train agroecology or how you empower trainers and researchers. So I will now.
Just if you want to, I can see the ones that were written out. Do you want me to share some of those actually? Okay, so the first one, where are you watching from? It's really amazing. We have Denmark, Serbia, Lebanon, Tunisia, Portugal, Ghana, Ecuador. So just to name a few, Spain. So like really from all over the place, which is amazing actually. Thank you so much for joining. And I think what's quite nice is the answers to the last question, why you think it's worth listening to. And I'll just read one. It seems to provide us with hope for the future of agroecology in the Mediterranean basin. I will work with learning communities next year. Would like to know about interactions. Agroecology knowledge is not static, so one has to keep learning. And there are many more, but that just to share a few.
Super nice. Yes, agroecological knowledge is not static, and this is one of the things that we wanted to research because, as we were saying, rural communities are the basin of lots of secrets, and we have learned a lot of these 3 years researching and doing knowledge collection through our rural communities, and we have seen that it's not static and it's still growing. And the most important thing that we have realized it is to valorize this knowledge and focus it locally, because it's not the same as we know in the south of Europe, it's not the same in the north, but even in each country, it has been really, really different. Actually, I want to introduce you shortly the project. So for those who doesn't know the project, at least you understand a little bit more, and then my partners can will go deeper in the results of the project. Okay. So the Mediterranean project, the Mediterranean Caravan, Learning and Sharing Agroecology, has been conceived actually as a caravan. We have been moving from one country to another. We have never been in the same place. We were doing research in different rural communities, even in each country. The countries that are involved in this partnership are Italy, Turkey, Serbia. That even it is not in the Mediterranean basin, it has been really important to have a huge impact of the agroecological knowledge in also outside the Mediterranean basin, and later we will hear about their experience. Croatia, Portugal, and France representing all the Mediterranean basin. So lots of countries like Lebanon or Tunisia have participated in this project thanks to urgency as the international network of CSA and LSPA. We had three objectives, three main goals that were to support rural communities' social inclusion through adult learning and the valorization and empowerment of local knowledge. The mainstream agroecological practices in small agriculture as a means to support rural livelihoods while at the same time fostering climate resilience and environmental sustainability. And finally, build innovation capacities by enhancing technical as well as the organizational skills of partners and target groups. It has been really important because this project is an adult educational project and it's a non-formal project, so a non-formal education, okay? So it has been really important for us to valorize this knowledge, that it's not only from the university or the researchers, but also non-researchers have been really important. And you will understand it a little bit better when we will introduce you our methodology of collecting knowledge that has been the key of this project. Actually, well, as we have said, this project started in October 2020, and it is finishing in a really few days, in just 10 days. So we already produced absolutely everything, and we are here just to share it with you. And we had these three intellectual outputs: the best practice guide for collecting agroecological knowledge, the online Caravan platform, that the most innovative part of the Caravan platform is it is not neither this one is static. It will grow and improve with your knowledge that can be shared, that can be included in the platform. And this is the most innovative, as somebody has said, that not static but continuously moving. And then we had an educational program on learning in agroecology, because we wanted to focus on this Mediterranean agroecology, why it is different from the others, from other countries. Agroecology, it's local, it's focused locally, so which has in common in our Mediterranean basin. And we have tried to empower our farmers, our rural communities, the researchers, the trainers, valorizing the local and traditional knowledge and supporting it with the most innovative knowledge. So that's why we had also with us researchers, universities, that we were merging and sharing knowledge. We have had several activities. We had a training on March where we learned, thanks to Bugdai and F-Ciencias, how to collect the knowledge, the local knowledge in rural communities. And then we had several multiplier events, local events, and collecting knowledge, once again, sharing how to train agroecology. And then we had the final international training in Italy. It was in October 2020, 5 days of sharing how we train agroecology in our rural communities, empowering ourselves. It was not a training itself on agroecology, but how we train, how we empower people on agroecology. And finally, we had our Mediterranean Bazaars Caravan, our multiplier events where we share all this knowledge in our rural communities. All these outputs that we are introducing you, that we will introduce you, are all in all partner languages. So you can find everything in English, French, Italian, Turkish, Serbian, Russian, Portuguese, and also in Arabic. Okay, so everyone can be able to understand. I hope that all of you can understand at least one of these language. So you can take all these results and empower yourself and your communities with the agroecological capacities or opportunities that we have created or we have valorized during these 3 years. The first output has been the best practice guide for collecting agroecological knowledge, and it has been the creation and testing of a methodology for collecting knowledge. And we have produced this a comprehensive and easy to use best practice guide, and it has been a really innovative aspect, because normally we are used to do research that just trust on university, but in this case we wanted to trust in university but listen to people who are in the rural communities, listen to the farmers, listen to the consumers, young people, old people, and it has been an incredible journey through all this journey. It has been one of the most interesting aspects of valorized aspects of this project. Well, this is the amazing designer that Bukta is producing for the project, has produced. Then we have the online Caravan platform, that is Caravan is a platform that aims to collect and connect and promote the knowledge and practices that we have collected from the fields, and it is applied in a bottom-up participative approach. Okay, so you will find there all of our outputs. You will find there also the webinars, the podcast that we have produced. Everything will be in the platform, so you can go there and download there. So it is really important to have a collective point to collect all the information. Otherwise, everything is missed in this huge cloud that is internet. And at least we have these platforms that help us to understand a little bit better where the resources are. And then our colleagues from Urgency and Selena will introduce the platform that we have produced. And then finally, we have the curriculum, how to learn and how to train in the Mediterranean agroecology. And we wanted to focus both on the pedagogical way of how to train in a systemic, in an holistic way, the agroecology, okay? Not just as a top-bottom, but as a bottom-up and even circle learning, okay? And we have created this pedagogical approach, and the contents, we have created lots of activities that have been tested thanks to the partners and thanks to all the multiplier events that we have done in our countries. So it can be a really interesting document where you will find there is a huge curriculum. It's a really deep document. We worked really well on this document thanks to all the partnership. And then we have produced a shorter document that is easier to use, the booklet, that is a summary of the curriculum. And there where you can find also the activities that we suggested during the training in Italy. And you will find there also the Med Caravan toolbox. In this Med Caravan toolbox, you will find all the materials, all the resources that we produced during the project that can be useful for you when you train, when you want to empower people on agroecology. This project also has other things. We have created as a surprise a glossary, because the first thing that we realized is that we needed a common language. Okay, what is agroecology for us, and how we understand agroecology in the Mediterranean basin? And it was the first step, the first thing that we did during the project. And then we identify some keywords that were really important to understand the whole project. So you will find this glossary also translated in all languages. Then we have the channel in Spotify, where you will find all the podcasts that we have created, both in English, in our local languages. Okay, so it's easier for you. Not all the podcasts have been translated to all languages, but you will find always something that you can understand. And then we have lots of webinars and moments that we have shared with you and some other people with expertise that we have looked for to share their experience on agroecology. So this is what we are going to share this with you, and we hope that we will give you the inputs to you. So first of all, I will pass the floor to my colleague Natalie from Urgency, who will introduce you this big platform where you will find absolutely everything. So thanks a lot, Natalie, and welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Yes, so as you can see, there's really a lot, and our aim was to bring it online in a format that is also easy for you to get the materials and to navigate through it. So I'm gonna share my screen and show you what we've done. Here we go. Okay, can you see that there? Yes. Okay. So yes, let me introduce the Caravan platform. As you can see, there's this beautiful logo that was created for the project that we used as well here. And we've divided the platform to make it a little bit easier as well, because there's such a wealth of material that was created into the different topic and areas of yeah, basically that it follows the curriculum in its different chapters. So we have Mediterranean, agroecology, social advocacy, solidarity economy, agroecological farming specifically, and then the learning and sharing, which is really about this part where you can see how you can use this in workshops, and there's a curriculum there. So I'm just gonna start by showing you one of those sites, but we will share the link, and I invite you, of course, to explore the page. So let's maybe dive into one of those pages. I hope that works. Yes. Okay, do you see that it changed? Yes. Okay, super. So as you can see, how we build the page is under those topics. There's a bit of explanation on what you can find on this page, and then you'll have videos and podcasts that are related to this to this topic. Sorry, and also maybe articles or other documents that we can share. All those pages are we're still building them, so please keep an eye on it until the end of the month. We'll have everything up there, so it's going to add a little bit in the next week, but yeah, most of it is already available. And I would also like to let you know that we have different language pages. So as Anna mentioned, we translated the documents into different languages, but we also, since we are such a big consortium from different countries, we also share different materials. So I would maybe share the Turkish page here, where we have also materials that were produced outside of this project that we can share, but they're related to what we do. And of course, the documents that you saw already in Anna's presentation that you can download from here as well in this case in Turkish. So I see there's this one page is missing. It's the French one, but as I said, by the end of the month, you'll have everything there. And so I'm gonna open up the learning and sharing agroecology, because here you can find really the different documents that Anna was just mentioning, the glossary, the curriculum, and the best practice guides. This is the English side, so these will be all English, and then you'll find all the different language versions under the different language tabs actually. And yeah, so that is what we created. And another thing that I would like to mention, so this is part of a wider hub that Urgency has created and is running, and we have different areas that we cover. One is agroecology, and so this is part of an agroecology, of our agroecology page, and other projects will be also highlighted here. So we of course invite you as well to explore the whole hub. I just see that there is a little issue at the moment with navigation. I don't have navigation on it, but it will be fixed hopefully by tomorrow. But we'll share those links with you. And what we'll also do, you'll get an email after the webinar with a little poll to ask you to test the hub, to have a look at it, and to give us some feedback. We would really appreciate you doing this. It's not gonna take long, I think, but just to give us some ideas of how you find it and how we can improve it actually. So that's gonna come after the webinar. And yeah, thanks a lot for participating in that, because that's gonna help us a lot to keep it alive and to understand what you need and how we can grow it in a way that it's gonna be really interesting for everyone and useful especially. So that is from my side, and I'm gonna gonna share the links in the chat now, and I'll pass it back on to Anna.
Thanks, Natalie. So as you see, the platform is really important because there will be the collection of absolutely everything. Keep informed through the Urgencies website, but also from all the partners' website, where we will be updating also from our local languages, maybe the organizations that we are following, both Serbia, Croatia, Portugal, Italy, Turkey. So you will be always informed about how it is improving, and everything is uploaded also in our languages. Also, Arabic will be only in, I think it's only in the Urgencies website, so all of you can understand it as well. Now, we are all the whole time talking about Mediterranean agroecology. Oh my God, what is no? So I want to ask you through a poll, really short poll, okay? I put here in the chat a poll. I hope that you managed to go to the link. I put it here. Now I can. Okay. And I ask you to go to this link that it is in the chat, okay, and answer this question. What are the 3 words that come to your mind when you heard about Mediterranean agroecology? Because it's already half an hour that we are talking about this. So we wait for your answers. What are the 3 words that came to your mind when you heard about Mediterranean agroecology? So we will see how this goes. Everybody is invited to participate. And then we will download also this word cloud and share it with everyone. Difficult, yes. But also hope. Let's answer. 18 answers. Olives agroforestry, love. Yes, Mediterranean is olive. Wow. 33 answers. 36. We are close to the whole participants' answers. Climate change, yes. Climate change is one of the challenging things that we have to face in the Mediterranean. Water scarcity, agri-food system. Wow. I cannot say it well. Rainwater harvesting, desertification. Yes, we are facing the soil fertility, the losing of soil fertility, and the losing of our harvest. And this is one of the key points that we have tried to face. And you will find lots of documents and resources regarding this aspect in the Mediterranean curriculum and the webinars, and also in the podcast. So thanks a lot for participating in this poll. I will download and share it with you. And this has been really important because this has been the door to that we started when we started doing the traditional local knowledge research. We started exactly from this point. What is Mediterranean agroecology? And thanks to our partners, Duygu Kaya Darlen from Bogda in Turkey and Inés Costa Pereira from Eficiências in Portugal, they did this research and this methodology about collecting knowledge, traditional knowledge. So I pass the floor to you. Thanks, Duygu and Inés.
Thanks, Anna. Okay, I'm going to tell a bit about this best practice guide for collecting knowledge. But first, I want to talk about why we thought we needed to collect this agroecology knowledge. Short answer, it's mainly practiced by smallholders, and smallholders are gradually disappearing under the pressure of industrial agriculture. And this leads to the disappearance of traditional, nature-friendly, agroecological knowledge in these farms. In addition, the people with the traditional knowledge are getting older, and we are risking losing this knowledge as well. Before they disappear, we have to collect and compile this knowledge for future generations. Also, as we already said, there are a lot of new innovative agroecological practices all around, and we need to share them with each other, with everybody. So this is the basic reason. But apart from this, we wanted to learn about how agroecological knowledge varies according to geography, scale, and different conditions. We wanted to understand how the farmers create knowledge and ecosystem-sensitive solutions. We wanted to demonstrate successful and unsuccessful experiences, learn about different ecosystems and their impact on production and consumption. We wanted to demonstrate the connection of agroecological practices with ecological cycles. We wanted to show the link between biodiversity and climate change and ecosystem. We wanted to find out about the socioeconomic impacts of agroecological practices. And lastly, but not leastly, to give rural life knowledge the value it deserves and to strengthen the diminishing ties between the urban and the rural. These were only some of the aims we had in mind when we started to work on these things. As Anna already said, we wanted everyone to be able to collect and share this knowledge. We always say that we want to gather people's knowledge for people, by people, not by researchers only, not by academicians, but by active citizens, members of LSPAs who are already in contact with the producers. So as the first step, we started by defining what agroecology is for us, for the Caravan project partners. There are several definitions around. We wanted to make sure we're all on the same page, and we wanted to establish a common vision among us. So this is as you see, the definition we came up with. I'm not gonna read it all, but we said it's a bottom-up approach built on ecological and social principles. It merges sustainable agricultural practices and social movements and is based on the co-creation of knowledge supported by science and policy rather than led by them. And then we keep highlighting some key concepts for us, like the rights of rural communities, intergenerational relationships, cooperation and innovation between producers, civil society, researchers, and institutions, promotion of resilient territories, allowing the production of a complex variety of products, diversifying income opportunities, improving the environment, minimizing external inputs, and of course, helping to mitigate and adapt to climate change. And we identified our common vision regarding our ecosystem resources as ensuring a holistic perspective aligned with the resources cycles to prevail in all stages of production and consumption. And we also established our common vision regarding social principles as strengthening social structures that promote equality, mutual aid, and local system of knowledge exchange. And after all this, we started preparing our best practice guide. Now I'm going to give the floor to Ines, who's going to tell you a bit more about the contents of the guide and how we trained our team. Thank you.
Thank you, Diego. Hi, everybody. So I will ask Sam to pass the slides, please. Yep. And we will go through a little bit. This is the index of the best practice guides. So we started with the definition, the framework, and the principles of agroecology that we have already. Diego gave you a glimpse of what was our definition, and we struggled to find one. It was a work that was done in a co-construction method, and we have already revised and changed it a little bit, so because agroecology is not static. So after we have the intentions and the goals, why do we need the agroecological knowledge, and how can we collect this knowledge? Then the general principles and the identification of the target group, the rights and responsibilities of the interviewees and the knowledge collectors, then the scope of the knowledge collection. We identify the topics for the collection, the priority issues, and if is there any issues that we shouldn't address. Then we identify the sources of the knowledge to be collected and the places where the knowledge will be collected and the people that will be interviewed. And so this is like a narrative, okay? Then the identification of the people or the team that will conduct the knowledge collection, the knowledge collectors, as we call them. And we identify the knowledge collection techniques and tools, so the data types, the knowledge collection methods, the interview content and construction, the issues that should be considered when collecting knowledge, and also the tools with audio recorders, photo and video cameras, for example. Then we create a roadmap and a calendar, and we talk about the systematization of the collected knowledge. So not only to collect, but also the knowledge should be reviewed and classified. And then at last, the publication and the use of the systematized knowledge collected, considering when the collection will be used and by what means, by media, by publications. So that will also narrow or define the type of information. So this is a little bit the index. You should go to our app, go to our sites, and download the best guides in several languages. You can try more than one and see which one for you is the best. And so Sam, can you show the next slide, please? This is the glossary that's already in several languages too, and that you can also go there and click on the glossary and download it and see the words that were important for us to define for the best practice guide and for curriculum. And Sam, please. Here you have some images from the training of knowledge collection that we have done in Serbia in March 22, that Anna was talking you about, and we have a video that we will show you from this moment done by the Turkish team. But before that, I would ask Sam to share the last slide of our group. This is some of the images from the multiplier events that we have done in our countries to collect knowledge. So here you have some examples of what have been done in our countries. In some of our countries, we have more, but you have to click and see for yourselves in all the materials that we have available. So thank you so much for being here. It's amazing to see such a broad audience and such different countries. The guide is done in a way that is useful not only for MedCaravan. The things that are for MedCaravan, they are in a different color. So when we were doing the best guide, the main idea was that it was useful for everybody, not just for the MedCaravan team. So please go there and see what we have done. Give us your feedback, and I will leave you all with a beautiful video about our training of knowledge collectors in Serbia in March 22. Thank you. Sam, can you share it? You have it? Yeah, good. Thank you.
What an incredible moment was this training. Thanks to Marsha from Bogda in Turkey for this video, and thanks for sharing it again. It's always nice. We will share it with you, the link, so you can watch it again once and once. And it was a really nice moment. And as you have heard from our colleagues from hi Laura, Laura. As you have seen from the intellectual output one results from Inês and Duigo, the collection, this Caravan project aims to connect people. So we were looking for people. We were not working in our offices, even if we started the project during the COVID, but we were talking to people, and we wanted to produce documents for real people. And we were in touch absolutely with them, no? But we have realized that we were facing lots of difficulties to understand what do we want to train. One of the things when we started to talk about to empower adults, to empower rural communities in agroecology, we were talking with universities, with other NGOs, with other civil organizations to understand how we can train on agroecology. And I would like to ask you once again in another poll that I share with you the link. What are your limits? Which are your limits, 3 limits that you have in your countries, in your context to learn about agroecology? And once again, here you find in the chat a link where I ask you kindly to go there and give us 3 inputs that are the limits that maybe we were facing also them at the very beginning, and then we can share it and we can collect. And this is also a gift that we give to you, that maybe with these inputs coming from the result of this project, it can be also an inspiration for you. So I kindly ask you to go there and give us really 3 things, really, really short, or even just 1, okay? But something that we can share, and it would be the moment, okay, that after this we will start learning how we will share with you how we created our curriculum, okay, how we created our methodology on how to learn on how to learn and how to train in Mediterranean agroecology, okay, because this is one of the most important things. And we were creating, as we have said, a bottom-up approach, merging traditional knowledge and innovative knowledge. So I would kindly ask you to answer 3 limits in your context regarding the resources and opportunities available for learning agroecology, which can be. So maybe you can find also an answer in all the products that we are sharing with you. Not many resources in our language, not at all, of trainers as well. Not many farmers practicing. Chemical companies, yes. Income generating. International organizations promoting food security versus food sovereignty. Land access, the language, that's true. Reluctance in terms of productivity, that's true. Yields, weak network. And responses. 11. No, I cannot see all the results, all the answers. No. We will share with you we will share with you the link to the platform and the small poll to understand the platform. We will send us also the results of this poll, so it can be also useful, as we want to, that this moment, even we are just talking, we are the ones who can talk, that can be also interactive and really useful for you, okay? So these keywords, these challenges that all of us are facing in our countries, and that were also the starting point for us, now when we were focusing on the problems of the Mediterranean agroecology, and we were looking for the results, for the answers, for the solutions that are hidden in our rural communities. That's why it was so important. And a big thanks to Navaya Egypt and Laura Tabet, who is here, because they help us a lot to understand and to create this methodology and to teach us how to listen to people, because most of the times we do not listen to people who have something to say, no? That we just trust on books and universities, and there is a lot of knowledge outside. So we are still waiting for lots of answers. We have 14 answers of 40 participants. I know that this is a difficult question that can be interesting. However, I give the poll open, so whenever you want to answer this, could be really useful, and we will share it with you, okay? And can be really a nice input. So thanks a lot to everyone. And now I would like to pass the floor to my colleagues, Sunshana, who together from the Alliance in Croatia, who were working together with the AFAL in Italy for the creation of this curriculum. Okay, and also this curriculum was written together with the whole partnership. It was really important because the Sunshana and the AFAL, Croatia and the AFAL were the coordinators. But in this case, we collected the inputs from absolutely every one of you, and also from the trainers and participants who were in the trainings, that your inputs are also in the curriculum. So thanks a lot. And Sunshana, I pass you the floor. Thanks.
Yeah. Okay, Sam, can you share the presentation? Okay, thank you. So we created the agroecological curriculum that is intended to support the training for agroecology that we will use to introduce agroecology and some ways, maybe some specific things depending on the situation in our countries. So first of all, we have this Mediterranean context. So Anna mentioned in the beginning what that would mean. So definitely what we all share is this most beautiful sea. And then we have also the tradition of food and the sharing of food. It's important because sometimes we could use these traditions to also to share the knowledge, because that's how people used to learn before. They used to gather around the table and then they talk, and sometimes knowledge is being shared. So it's something to be valued again. Also, there are specific landscape elements. Usually they're connected to the water. Some of them are being quite neglected. So it's very important to collect this knowledge and to use it in the training, to revalorize it again, and use it as a value even for the modern days. We have this outstanding biodiversity and genetic diversity of crops and animals. So they're like between 15 and 25,000 species, and 60% of them are really unique to the Mediterranean region. So it's really something important to learn about. And also Mediterranean, it was one of the centers of plant genetic diversity. So we are really in the place that it's quite interesting, and we have a lot to share. We have also some common risks and problems that Anna mentioned, or should I call them challenges, because they focus us to something positive and to finding solutions to all these issues. So that's what we did, focus to the solution. In the next, okay. So as we have this very inclusive definition of agroecology and different ways of learning and different traditions, we figured that it would be quite a shame to teach in a traditional way. So like before, it was quite common to have this transmissive education system. That means that the teacher has the knowledge and transmit it to the learners. But we wanted something else, because usually people who are participating in the course, they already come with some knowledge, some experience to that training. So we wanted to be inclusive agroecology training, where everybody can share and where people can learn from each other. And we wanted to experiment with some new techniques to make it more transdisciplinary, participatory, to create open space where everyone can share. So the trainer here is not just the teacher in that classic sense. The trainer would be more like a facilitator between all these participants and create opportunities for them to share the knowledge and to learn from each other as well. Can you share the next slide? So there were a lot of things that we wanted to say. Actually, the first thing when we look at the task that we have in front of us, create training for agroecology, it was like, oh no, we cannot write a new Bible of agroecology, and there's so many things we want to share. So we actually started from the main messages that we wanted to share with our learners, and I think that could be a nice guide how to organize the training in a way to share those messages. So they are all written in the introduction part, but just some of them. So for everyone who comes, we want to tell them, we want to tell these people to start global change from themselves, from yourself. Don't wait for other to change the world instead of you. And also we should valorize our tradition and share with others, and do it in a funny way, make it enjoyable for everyone. And then to farmers, we wanted to share the message that it is really possible to create such farming system that is sustainable, also not only in the farming close to the nature in the way to preserve the nature, but also to earn enough money from living. So it needs to be economically sustainable as well. And we want to share the message that it is possible, and they are not alone, that there are a lot of examples, there are a lot of practices, and they can also learn from each other and share this knowledge. To the eaters, we call them eaters, not the consumers, because we want them to be like active consumers or prosumers. So not just to consume, but also to think about what is their role in their food chain. So we want to send the message that every one of us is an eater or prosumer, has this ability to change things by supporting the local farmers, supporting local agroecology systems, and that power is something we need to be aware of and use it as much as we can. Then to the researchers, we want to share the message that to stay independent and to work for the common good. It's very important. Today we have a lot of researchers that have difficulties to reach farmers, and farmers need those knowledge. Also, some sociological research is around, for example, local solidarity partnership for agroecology. That is like also very valuable knowledge of how to create such community that could be supportive for the farmer. And a lot of researches can be done in agroecology and shared widely, not stay close into these researchers and scientific places and literature and special ways of writing. That we want researchers to make that knowledge available and to really to serve common good with it. It's very important task. And to activists, we want to say to use agroecology as a great advocacy tool, because it's describing one system that we want to see, some like the perfect system that we are fighting for, and we need to define it as a different system, different from the industrial food system that it's being imposed to us. So we really need to learn to understand it, and also to do these things in everyday life, to support that change in everyday life, so our message can be strong and serve everyone. Can you share that? Okay. So learning content, we divided it into 4 modules. Although everything is of course connected, and sometimes it was very difficult to find where one ends and the other begins, because everything is sort of overlapping. But we wanted to share some of the farmers' knowledge that was important, how to create such different farming system. Then the solidarity economy, to make this system work in an economically way to support farming, but also to support eaters. Then the creating of community, and we also wanted to tackle some social issues here, because we have them a lot in the Mediterranean area, and it was important to create awareness of these issues. And then also advocacy. We wanted to make this advocacy part more like sharing the tools for advocacy, to make advocacy something that would be understandable for everyone, and to help people to understand how to work together with the decision makers, not against them, and be quite create self-awareness and demand difference, demand change that we want to see. So at the end, what we created is actually 2 documents. So one document is a brochure that where all the content, you have like a short version of all the content. But also the difference is that we wanted to share every training exercise that we share during our training in Italy. In Italy, we had a very beautiful training where we created all together. So every organization shares some activities, so we can also learn how to learn from each other. And it was very interesting, and we wanted to share it with you. And then the basic curriculum, it's quite a big document, and there is like a lot of details about all these 4 issues, plus also the methodology approach that we wanted. It's explained in the beginning, and also every module is followed by a lot of training exercises. What is important, we wanted to make it inclusive and transformative, and also we wanted to create not just transform the knowledge, but also create motivation. So there are a lot of training exercises that are focused like this, to create motivation, to ask the question from a little bit different angle, so people can have this aha moment. Yes, this is something that I want to do. Yes, this is the change I want to see, and this is what I'm fighting for. So we wanted to share all these training activities that can help make step forward from that classic way of teaching to more participatory ways. So that would be all from me, and I want to pass the floor to Sasha from Zelena Tranzicija from Serbia, and he have an important topic to tell, because he will tell you more about how to introduce agroecology in the places where agroecology is not such a familiar term. So we included them into the project, although they are not a Mediterranean country, but we wanted to give them opportunity to share with us, and also to introduce agroecology for the first time in Serbia. Maybe not first time, but from the beginning, let's say. So, Sasha, floor is yours.
Thank you, Sinchana. Firstly, warm regards from my side to all the participants. It's a pleasure to be here, like always. So Serbia is not a typical Mediterranean country, at least not geographically, but due to climate change, it might happen very soon that we become one of the biggest olive oil producers. Haha, it's a joke. But it's not a joke, it's maybe a reality. Yes, I want to share our experience within this project. All of my colleagues have presented all the outputs of the projects, which are really useful and meaningful tools for learning and teaching and sharing agroecology. But agroecology is more than just technical tools. It's also important to how we care about our relationship and generally the human dimension. So for us, for our organization, as a fresh organization and a young organization, it was really a privilege to be part of this project, because on one hand, it gave us a huge, a very precious opportunity for us to learn from our partners, which have more experience and have a, let's say, more developed level of agroecology in their country. So we had really nice possibilities to visit and learn from other partners' experiences, in which we have met the farmers with whom they collaborate, other associations, food activists, local community people. So for us, it was in a way self-realizing, in sense that we have understood, even though in some countries, as I said, the level of agroecology is more developed, but we are all in the end in the same shoes. The farmers everywhere around the Europe and Mediterranean especially have same problems and same issues and same challenges as in Serbia. So for us, that was like revelating, that we understand that we are not some part of, you know, other part of Europe, different and etc., but that we are all on the same boat. And about the human dimension, what this project allowed us, and what is, let's say, behind the curtain, except the outputs created during this project, is the other part of the project is how you build your agroecological communities. Or meaning, how do you build relationship with the people with whom you collaborate on your local level? So I have started recently to adopt this working approach, which I call no bullshit approach. It means that when you go in a local rural community where people are really, I'm talking about Serbian perspective, where people are really fed up with big words and big talks and all the promises and stuff like that, because agriculture is really complex issue in Serbia. It's a very poor sector. So when you come to people, you really need to be honest and transparent and put yourself more in a position of a listener, rather than just trying to how to say, maybe exploit them in a certain way. So agroecology for us, it has meant during these 3 years how to build the local agroecological community in Serbia, and we have really had a chance, thanks to this project, to really set up a really meaningful, and I would say even deep connections with the local people. For example, like we have a really nice couple of farmers who are really exploring all the agroecological technical possibilities, but they're also involved in the social dimension. Some of them are providing part of their production for the kids which have various types of cancers, etc. So they're really people, they're not usual farmers. They're farmers who are really, you know, empathetic towards their surrounding in the context in which they live. So this is also agroecology. It's about sharing. It's about being empathizing with other people. In some other cases, we have also understood that the organic agriculture movement in Serbia is also slightly shifting towards agroecological ideas and principles. For instance, it's not anymore, it's not the only important thing just to produce the healthy food, but it's growing more the awareness about how do we, what is the effect of the food production on our ecosystem. It's not just about taking the healthy food from our ecosystem, but also how to regenerate it, how to grow them, how to boost them, and how to have this climate of well-being for the ecosystem. So in terms of this project, it has been mostly for us exploring the local context and the context of all the partner countries, and it really helped us to understand that, as I said, we are all on the same boat, and that in the end, the thing that matters the most is to establish really quality relationship with the stakeholders, even though that's not really appropriate term, but with friends and people who are part of your community. So it's really about, you know, being honest and transparent, because agroecology is not about just, it is a complex thing, but it's also about making more meaningful human relationships besides food production. So those are our experiences. I would like to thank once again publicly to all the people here, especially our partners. It has been really an honor and a privilege to be part of this journey. I hope that all the people will have this opportunity to maybe kickstart a project like this. So thank you very much and keep up the good work. Anna?
Thanks, Sasha. I pass the floor to Carlota. Thanks, Sasha. Really nice your sharing. Carlota.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for being still here and listening our experience, and we hope it's useful for you. What I would like to share as like one of the results of what we did is it goes a little bit like in the same line of what Sasha was saying. So as Anna was saying before, during October 22 last year, we've been doing a training for trainers, and this was really an experiment of collectively working on what we wanted to transmit into the guide for learning and sharing agroecology. So as in the agenda of the training, we had different kinds of experiences, and for sure there were experiences where the trainers were the farmers. And so we've been spending a day with a member of a cooperative in a small community in the mountain in southern Italy, and they do good quality flour, very good quality flour with local seed varieties. And we want to share with you this experience and a video interview to this farmer that transmit and share this experience, because it really, in my opinion, express what we wish agroecology want to be, what is our view of agroecology, that it's like not just a practice, but an uncountable virtuous relation within a community, and in somehow also a genial way, I would say, like genius. Some people practicing agroecology are able to connect everyday practices with a global view and with different networks and actors. So the video I'm going to show with you, it was really the opportunity to show this view, because the farmer was really transmitting this idea with the different knowledge it was sharing with us and the generosity was sharing with us. And the last thing I want to say before like presenting the video is that what in my opinion this video embody is like that the subject of knowledge of agroecology, as Antonio, this farmer, and other subjects of knowledge, they don't represent just like a single field of knowledge or just a knowledge system, but they are always like a complex universe of experiences, of competencies, and of reflections. So it is very important that all this complexity finds spaces where we create like good and just and equal spaces of listening. And also the way we create these like video materials, for example, of other kind of audiovisual material, it's an effort from our side and from another side. Also, for example, thanks also for the experience of Laura from Nafdania that share with us their experience in Access to Agroecology organization. It's a way that we try to connect what is a local experience and what can be the learning, a local experience as a learning opportunity for other people practicing agroecology somewhere else. So I hope you will enjoy this interview, and I ask Sam to pass the video.
tornare a mangiare il proprio pane, quindi per noi è essenzialmente un atto politico. Nel nostro caso è una cooperativa sociale di tipo B, quindi di inserimento lavorativo. Non solo pensiamo a un'idea di resilienza, ma pensiamo pure di partire dagli ultimi, con dei soci che venivano fuori dal SERD. Quando poi abbiamo aperto il mulino abbiamo cambiato rotta e abbiamo detto facciamo l'impresa con le nostre forze. E tra l'altro lo facciamo in una formulazione di impresa che prova a non fare commercio e economia tout court, dove il valore è solo quello. Ma il commercio è una piccola parte di questo ipotetico cerchio, fondamentale perché sennò il cerchio non si chiude. Rielaborare un processo culturale così, destinato alla memoria, riattualizzarlo, andarsi a prendere delle tecnologie che hanno millenni di storia, trovare in queste tecnologie un ponte diretto, se fosse pure solo con le parole, riattualizza un discorso, che non siamo noi, quello che dobbiamo mettere al centro. Cioè, che cosa teniamo al centro? E in questo caso il grano. Coltivare questo tipo di grano, mangiare questo pane, significa mantenere i paesaggi, attivare socialità, tenere in relazione tante persone su un qualcosa di senso compiuto, garantirsi del cibo per il futuro. Noi siamo letteralmente agiti, perché dentro di noi ci portiamo una genetica, una memetica che viene dal passato. Poi questi geni e questi memi si relazionano al presente e quindi in questo essere agiti c'è proprio questa coniugazione con il nostro passato, proprio quello che abbiamo dentro, come esperienza sensibile, materiale, ma anche come esperienza spirituale. Il palo del grano nasce da questo ricordo di infanzia, quando con i miei nonni si mieteva questo grano, e al fatto che io sono andato in Toscana e ho conosciuto la cultura del palio. Di ritorno dalla Toscana, dopo Genova e il G8, metto insieme queste due cose e viene fuori sta festa. Una gara della mietitura a mano del grano tra 8 rioni del paese. La prima edizione del 2005 e quest'anno abbiamo celebrato la 18ª edizione. E il fatto di restare antropologie attive dei gruppi, cioè essere produttori di cultura. Sangolo Natale, se sei meno tardivo non lo dice figli tuoi. Abbiamo scritto l'inno del palio. La restituzione che viene fuori dalle pratiche credo sia la migliore formazione possibile. Abbiamo questo campo che si chiama Biblioteca del Grano, come i libri che stanno nella biblioteca e rappresentano la cultura, i saperi, così i semi stanno nella terra, quindi rappresentano la cultura, il sapore. Saperi, sapori, cultura, cultura. Quest'anno abbiamo realizzato il fiore della vita. E nel fiore ci sono le 3 varietà più importanti per noi, che sono quelle che abbiamo recuperato. Quindi vedi, i petali, 38, c'era la Iangulidda, 37 c'era la Tarosella, 35 c'era la Russolidda. Qua dentro quindi c'erano le varietà proprio indigene nostre e ci sono 2 o 3 varietà che stiamo selezionando con il lavoro della biblioteca, che metteremo un nome e saranno libere. Agricoltura in un luogo significa soprattutto avere capacità interpretativa, e la migliore partenza per una buona capacità interpretativa è capire in quel luogo che cosa si è fatto e come lo si è fatto. L'albero per muoversi pette le radici per me è la stessa cosa per chi sceglie di fare agricoltura. In realtà per muoversi sceglie di stare in un posto, di coltivare quel posto. Gli alberi sono quelli che riescono a tessere un'infinita rete di relazioni sotto, le radici, le micorrize, i soli, a rigenerarsi. Un bosco è là fermo, se non lo fermi tu lui cresce sempre. Io vi ho raccontato tante cose, però questa verità qua tu la riscontri se parli con la persona che passa, perché qua, capito, è vera, e solo così può essere vera.
Thanks a lot for sharing this video once again. Thanks a lot to Albanova, Laila and Alice for producing it, and a big super thanks to Antonio Pellegrino from Terra de Resilienza in the south of Italy for sharing this moment. We warmly invite you to watch it again at home with your own subtitles. That maybe it was a little bit robotic, this shooting, but now I think it's really worth, because we wanted to share this video even if it was in Italian, it was not in English, because as Carlotta was saying, it is the representation of what Met Caravan has been for all of us, no? The traditional knowledge, innovation, the lots of knowledge, lots of spaces, and the way how we can listen to people. So it has been really impact. And I think when we were doing our last meeting, most of us said that the most emotional moment of this project was this talk with Antonio and the sharing moments in the training in Italy, where all of us were listening to each other and creating new spaces of sharing agroecology and taking into consideration our Mediterranean conditions. And it was impressive, a really good thing and really emotional. And this is the thing that we wanted to share with you, that agroecology is something that we share, that we listen. Somebody has said it at the very beginning. It's nothing static. It's evolving all the time. And it's focused on each person. Each of us here tonight has a different point of view, have a different experience, have a different background, and have different things that we have to challenge, the different challenges that we are facing. So thanks a lot for all fantastic partnership that have been supporting this and have been doing this project real, So, and all the participants that have been here. But before we leave, and we want to ask you to participate in the super interactive presentation that we wanted to share with you, to give this input. I kindly ask to Natalie to launch the last poll so we can collect some of your answers. So this is another gift that we want to hear from you. Okay, something that you can learn from our project. So it can be we give you and you give us. So what can be something really stimulating to you, and instead a suggestion that can be also to us for continue doing this work. And later we have some moment for some questions that I've seen that there have been in the chat. So maybe we can give you some answers. As you are coming from different countries, different situations, it's great to hear from you and to give this space to agroecology for sharing moments. And all the videos that you will see, most of them, you can select the automatic subtitles in YouTube, but some of them also have been translated properly. You will find also the webinars, different languages. You will find the podcast in different languages. You will find all the materials in different languages. Most of them are already uploaded, as Natalie was saying before. So it has been a huge project. And when we started planning it, it was taking into consideration the systemic thinking, like agroecology is not something linear, but is complex, and there are lots of connections. And as you have seen, all the outputs are feeding the other outputs. There is nothing that is by itself, but everything is connected and everything is retrofitting. I don't know if it is said in English, but feeding the another output. So we can enrich all together with this, and all the people who participated. That has been hundreds of people who have been participating in Turkey, in Portugal, in Serbia, in Croatia, in France, in Italy, and all the Mediterranean basin that have decided to participate. And all the webinars were, when it was not possible to find the physical meetings, we had these webinars, and we were listening experience from Morocco, from Palestine, from Lebanon, from lots of different countries, and it has been amazing. So thanks to all these people who participated. And I don't know, Natalie, we already have some answers from the poll. We won't see the answers because you are the only one with the written answers. So if you want to share with us, Nat.
Okay, give me a second. I'll end the poll.
I can also share them in the chat if you want.
I can
But
share
maybe
a
also
few.
to listen, to share some. Thanks,
So
Nat.
tell us one Caravan element that stimulate your curiosity. Honest work from the heart. Well done, someone says here. And living in the learning communities, the glossary and our approach for the collection of knowledge. Yes, there are really nice responses here. And to the second question, if you have any suggestion, so one is make everyone to contribute their knowledge, hold training sessions using the curriculum you have developed. And yeah, organizing peer-to-peer exchanges between farmers and bridging with science.
Thanks a lot, Nat. When you have time, you can share some of them also in the chat. And hi, Nina. Once again, also the research from Coventry, the Center Research from Coventry has been also really thanks for all your support also from the project application and all the project results. So thanks a lot for your contribution, for your participation. And there were a few questions. I was saving them. One of them was if it is possible to arrange some physical person-to-person trainings. We already arranged some during the project, and it was great. And it's always something that we ask for more. And remember that this project started in 2020, when all the world was closed in their homes. And the first time that we met each other, it was in September 21. And since then, it has September 21, no? It is. See, and 21. And we started in Lisbon, and we started sharing knowledge since then, and we have not stopped. And actually, it's the best thing to share moments with all of us. And we totally agree. Webinars and online meetings are really useful. Touch each other, especially from the people who have the non-verbal communication. It's really, really important. Then we have some other questions that were, wait a moment. In the guide, is there information on how to train the learners? Yes, actually the guide, we have the methodology of how to collect knowledge that is really well written. And as Ines was saying, and we were saying, it is really easy, and it's not for non-researchers. Even we used a lot of universities were supporting us, but it's also for non-researchers and really easy to use. And then the curriculum is exactly how to train. But remember, as Sunshana has said, and what we all have said, is something that it's not static. You have to, there are some inputs here. We've made this curriculum with your inputs, with the inputs of the participants, but it can evolve every time. So thank you. The curriculum has still to be uploaded. Okay, there is just a booklet that is the summary, and there we propose, you will find the proposals of the activities that we were testing all together, all the partnerships in Italy. Okay, so you will find it shortly. And then the other thing, there was an input from Fernando Souza, I guess that is from a Portuguese country at least, or Portuguese-speaking country, that you were saying that you coordinated the food system caravan in West Africa, and it was nice to create synergies and share experiences. Actually, I want to say to you that also in Italy, we have a current project that we're working on sharing agroecology, actually in West Africa. So if you want, we can find another moment to exchange some experiences, because we are working exactly on the same topic. And apart from Caravan, we can find these synergies. I think that we all agreed, not me, that one of the coolest things of this project was this caravan, the idea of a caravan. Now that we were traveling all around the sea and doing these steps, and this caravan still has to travel. So we pass the floor to all of you to test agroecology and to train and to empower and to live, to keep agroecology alive with your local language. So thanks a lot to all of you. And if you don't know if there is any other question, I was reading the question. And thanks also for all your super cool comments. And yes, it was a project from the heart. This is something that we can say. It was really from the heart. The Mediterranean makes this. We are like this. So thank you, everyone, and good evening. And thanks Ines, Carlota, Sasha, Duygu, Sam, Nathalie, Rita, Sanshana, and all the super great partnership who were here and the ones who are missing tonight.
And thank you, Anna.
We did.
Done. It's done.
Bye,
Thank you
everyone.
all.
Good evening.
Good
Good
evening.
evening.
Thank you. Thank you all, and thank you for being here.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
De nada, María. Maybe you can hear my kids shouting.